Hi, I'm Tom Morris and we're here at the RYA Dinghy and Water Sports Show 2024. Just yesterday the new RYA Yardsticks were released and we're going to have a little chat through some significant changes. I'm here with Adam Parry, RYA Technical Manager, and a great person to speak to about handicaps. So first off, we see quite a lot of change in the 2024 handicaps compared to what we saw in 2023. Can you just talk us through why that may be?
So this year, obviously, with the way that the system works and how we decide the numbers, we often look at a 1 year and a 3 year average. So that way, then we help to basically balance out, dampen any kind of 1 year spikes or anything like that. Obviously, with 2023 data, we were still including some of the 2020 data, which had obviously a lot of the COVID racing in, which we know in a club setup, obviously, threw up some possible anomalies. So really last year we tried to, where we had solid data sets, we were able to be confident in the changes, whereas this, and then with the classes that had kind of less data sets, we weren't quite as confident, so we basically kept those numbers the same to kind of build a bit of stability kind of in domestic racing. Whereas this year we've now lost that 2020 data, so we now have more data in the system, which allows us to be more confident with the changes that we've made.
Excellent, so more confident numbers for 2024. I think one that caught my eye off the back of a spectacular performance in the Sail Juice series by the Mustos is their numbers come down by 8 points. They've also got a new mainsail, so has that impacted the numbers already, potentially?
So the Mustos is a bit of an interesting one. I think kind of we saw a bit of a trend of it going that direction last year, but again, not quite enough data to be that super confident. This year, obviously, we've got, although we haven't taken into account anything that was after Christmas with the Sail Juice series, obviously, the data that's coming into us now is, has definitely been trending that the boat's been getting a bit quicker. So, as you pointed out, the new mainsail is obviously starting to have a bit of an effect.
Nice, and an interesting one for me is the mirror handicap. So I've got two little ones aspiring to move into that class. It's quite a well-established class as well, but they've seen their number come down by 7 points for both single-hander and double-hander. What's influenced that?
I think the mirror class is an interesting one in that we've probably have increased the amount of data coming into us. So it's obviously, as you've pointed out, it's starting to be raced a bit more at a club level again. And I guess because historically it would have raced more against junior and youth classes, and it's probably now being raced a bit more against other adult classes, and that's where we're starting to see the trend of it kind of getting a bit quicker.
Excellent, some real hot shots in that Class X Olympians as well, so taking the numbers up. Last thing, my club, Hayling Island, changes our handicaps quite significantly for a lot of tide we see at our club. What advice do you give for other clubs looking to tweak their values for their venues?
So the idea behind the PUI system is it collates all the data from around the UK, lots of different lakes, reservoirs, estuaries, sea venues, and it kind of pulls it all together and creates an average for that class and how it's performed over all the different venues. So the way that our kind of the PUI system works is that clubs that submit data, they can build their own database, and off the back of that create their own club list. So we've tried to kind of engineer the website and all the algorithms that we do on a national basis for you as clubs to be able to use it on a local basis, and then tailor the numbers to how those boats perform within the environment that you race in. So, ultimately, although we issue our national list, we actively encourage clubs to make those local adjustments to make your racing the most competitive it can be at your club.
So it's a suggestion more than a rule, and the tools out there for people to make the changes if they think are necessary. Excellent. That was really insightful. Thank you very much for your time today.